Hello.
Howdy.
Episode 5.
Nice.
I didn't think we'd do it, just like I said last week.
Yep.
I'm proud.
I am as well.
I think we're still going strong.
Yeah.
I think we're still going strong. I look forward to recording every week. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to do it early, and we never got around to it.
Yeah.
I've got some special stuff today.
I'm excited.
The trivia part from last week, I enjoyed that so much, I went ahead and wrote down 5 more questions.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna change up the format for the trivia.
Okay.
A little bit. I'm not gonna let you answer before I ask the questions, so that way I can post it to TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that would be, you can play along with this trivia. Mm-hmm. We watch those videos all the time.
Yeah.
So not true crime trivia, but that's. I just paused the fucking.
Hello. Howdy.
Hold on, I've messed up. Well, if I end up needing the Audacity recording, it's going to be a minute late. So I'm going to change the format of it a little bit so that way I get all 4 questions asked first.
Okay.
And then you can respond accordingly. So therefore, you can only get a maximum of 5 points.
Got it.
But I don't think that really matters anyways.
No.
It's just better for the listener or watcher.
Very
true. We still haven't eaten pho, as we've been planning to.
Nope.
I really want to.
Same.
I know, I'm not putting any effort forward, but I really do want to try pho.
When you were talking about Indian food last night, I was like, oh, we should go eat there.
Oh my god, I know, but the
they
problem
were already
is,
closed.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I was going to say the problem too is that it's kind of expensive, and I didn't really want to spend like $50 on a meal.
That's true.
Which we ended up eating pizza. So, I mean, pizza's cheap, dude.
Yeah.
You can't get cheaper than Domino's 2 for whatever $6 each or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sponsored. Domino's, that'd be sick though. I'll get fat off your food. I didn't really have any other little things to go over before we jump straight into your story.
Cool.
Because I plan on doing trivia either right before or right after the break.
All right.
So I've got a few little things in between, but your story comes first on my timeline.
Sweet.
Now, if I remember correctly from last week, we're going to be doing the Kentucky Doe.
Yes, but there's a twist.
Okay.
So let me get my stuff ready.
Sitting here with a mouthful of gummy worms. Charlie has released these bursting gummy worms. It's like a gusher, but in sour worm form.
They're very good.
It's my favorite thing on the planet. They are amazing. If you haven't had them yet, buy them. But not if you live near me, because they're hard to find already. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
All right, so for the twist, I have not 1, but 2 Kentucky John Does.
Okay.
They just happen to be very close together in terms of, timeline.
Yep.
All right, so first off, we will start with the Grant County John Doe. He was found on April 9th, 1989, in Williamstown, Kentucky, obviously in Grant County. He was found in a tobacco barn by the owner of said barn. He was approximately 25 to 35 years old. He was 6'5".
Oh my goodness, this one picture did not do this boy justice.
Yeah, the reconstructions aren't great.
This one's fine.
Is it the black and white one?
This one.
Yeah, that one's
This
good.
is the one that didn't do him justice.
Oh yeah, no, that one was awful. That absolutely terrible.
It doesn't even look like a human being.
So glad they did another one.
Yeah. It was done in 2002, apparently.
Yeah. So he was around 230 pounds, which I'd like to think is kind of skinny for being 6'5".
No.
About normal?
Yeah, I'm just fat.
Okay.
Also, I'm not going to tell you guys which one of those numbers is correct. Either I'm 6'5" or 230.
Good Lord. All right. And he had been killed approximately 2 weeks prior to his body being found. He was shot twice in the back of the head.
Oh, wow.
With a .22.
Oh, God, that hurt.
And his hands were cut off.
Oh.
And he was found naked.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't like someone had stripped him and then put him there. It was like there were no clothes around, no nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Another kind of weird thing is, like, the reason that the owner of the tobacco barn, it was during the time that his tobacco leaves were drying.
Mm-hmm.
He came into the barn and was like, that's my stuff, but that's not where I left it. It was apparently all, like, kind of piled up in the middle. And he's like, this is weird. And then he's like, this is not what the barn should smell like. Which is when he went around and found the body.
I'm going to ask you to pause for 1 second so I can pop a drink.
You got it.
I forgot to do that before we started recording. You can go ahead. Yeah, by vaping into the microphone.
I was trying not to. So he had extensive dental work done.
Okay.
To the point where his smile was described as, like, the perfect smile.
That ain't cheap.
He had had some sort of, like, facial reconstruction done. Because he had what was known as flathead syndrome.
Okay.
I didn't do a whole lot of research about it, but based on the name, I assume part of his skull was misshapen, and he had gotten reconstruction to get it fixed.
Sure.
Which is, both of those are expensive procedures, I would assume. In 2017, they tried to extract DNA from the remains, but they didn't get enough for a complete profile. So the only way to identify him is through dental records.
Which is impossible because of his dental work.
Yes, unless they could find the dentist who did it. But, I mean, it was pretty much a cold...
Did he, like, engrave his initials into the back of his teeth or something?
No, I mean, like, they had done, like, an x-ray for, like...
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, but, like, the dentist is probably dead now.
Oh, yeah. Probably. Okay, so that's the Grant County John Doe. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more information available on him than there is on my other John Doe. So my other John Doe is the Davies County John Doe. He was found January 7th, 1990.
Is it... Will you look up here at the screen? Is it this guy?
Yes. He was found in Owensboro, Kentucky, in a briar thicket approximately 40 feet from the road. He was found by 2 rabbit hunters.
Okay.
He was approximately 25 to 40 years old, 5'7", and 120 to 140 pounds.
Little dude.
Very little, especially compared to the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had been killed days prior, like he wasn't in like a state of severe decomposition or anything.
Sure.
Plus it's January, so like it's cold.
Relatively.
Yeah. He was shot in the head, arms, and chest with a .22.
Was it the rabbit hunters?
I don't think so.
Don't most rabbit hunters shoot with .22s anyways?
I believe so.
So that way they don't destroy the rabbit?
Yeah. He was shot in total 6 times.
Did they think he was a rabbit?
I don't
That's a good cover.
It is.
If you accidentally shoot a guy and you're like, oh, I was rabbit hunting and found him.
Very true. He had been sexually assaulted and beaten, losing teeth in the process of being beaten. His face was a mess. The post-mortem picture of his face is...
on the screen right now, I think.
No, there's another one.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm not going to click on it.
Yeah.
But
Every time you go somewhere that has that photo, it's like, warning, graphic. And I'm like, it's not that bad. Anyways.
I think we should still recommend people not go look it up.
Agreed?
Yeah.
If you're not... It's kind of gross. But both his hands and feet were cut off. But this time the police have both his dental and DNA.
Yeah.
For identification purposes. Now, the Davies County John Doe was speculated to not be a local due to the one fact that he had a tan and had tan lines.
Okay.
In January.
Well, I know a lot of people who have tan lines in January, though.
Same, which is why I thought that was kind of a strange little bit.
Yeah.
And this is part of the reason you can't really find a whole lot of information on him, because in 2007, he was misidentified as Scott Michael Morris.
Okay.
Who was a 14-year-old kid who disappeared from Indianapolis in 1978.
Okay.
In 2009, DNA was like, yeah, he's not Scott Michael Morris. And so they kind of like had to republish the info.
What was the like situation that led to them misidentifying him?
The age, height, like age, estimated height, weight. He even looks kind of similar. And I guess someone probably reported a tip is my only thing. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I mean,
guess
I
that's fair.
don't personally get it because like I wouldn't, like 14-year-old boy goes missing in semi-suspicious circumstances. More likely than not, they're going to already be dead.
Yeah.
Not X amount of years later.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my two. So I looked it up, and the distance from where the Grant County John Doe and the Davies County John Doe were found is approximately 3 hours and 5 minutes apart.
Okay.
So they're pretty much clean across the state from
Yeah.
each other. But there are some people who believe that they are connected
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
due to the simple fact that the hands
and
were cut
feet.
off.
Yeah.
The 22, they're both around the same age. They look vaguely similar, minus the height and weight difference.
I mean, they are both just white dudes with dark hair.
Yeah.
So saying that's vaguely similar is like, I mean, everyone looks like that just about
That is true.
in Kentucky.
Another theory for both of them is they were killed due to their involvement in organized crime.
The Kentucky mob.
The Cornbread Mafia in
No
particular.
shot.
That's what the theories are.
There goes the dog lapping some more water. I want to know about this Cornbread Mafia.
So I did a little bit of research, and it was a couple men in...
I swear he's doing it louder.
He is.
Like, he does not normally drink that loud.
He's thirsty.
Yeah, this story stressed him out. He wants to know if we're going to cut off his hands and shoot him with a 22.
He doesn't have any hands. He's only got feet.
Well, we're going to cut all 4 of them off. All right.
So, the Cornbread Mafia was a bunch of dudes in rural Kentucky who were like, hey, why don't we grow a shit ton of marijuana and then sell it?
What else were they going to do with it?
Smoke it? I don't know. But it led to one of like the largest drug busts, marijuana drug busts. And they first started being investigated in 1989, which is the same year that the Grant County John Doe was
Oh,
found.
yeah, you could maybe see that then. Yeah.
The thing, the Cornbread Mafia wasn't big, and I say that in quotes. In those counties, it was particularly in, I wish I wrote
Well, you
the
wouldn't
counties
kill
down.
somebody and leave a body in a
I mean,
county where you're,
yeah, that's
you know,
fair. It's like a tobacco barn that was technically, it was visible from the road, but it was far enough away that no one...
It'd be a good spot to dump a body.
Yeah, it was found off of, I think it was like Highway 22. I don't know anything about it, but like,
Yeah.
I imagine it's off a highway in the late 80s. It'd be a good place to dump a body.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Kentucky was not very big in the 80s. Like,
Yeah.
There's a lot more people there now.
Well, I looked it up, and as of, I think it was like 2011, Williamstown had approximately 4,000 residents.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's little.
yeah, and I would like to think that both of these people weren't from where they were found, because you would think in a town that small, people would be like, oh, I know that guy.
Maybe everybody just hated them.
That's true. It's like that one guy who
It's like a whole town
everyone
lynching.
hated. That, yeah, where he was shot in front of the entire town. They're like, we didn't see anything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well,
It's fine.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Again, I talked about the same killer, and then it was pretty much only in the Davies County that I found this. People think that he might be attributed to a serial killer who was fairly active in the, like, Indiana, Ohio, Virginia,
Like the greater Cincinnati area.
Kentucky, Tennessee area.
Oh, even through down to
Yeah.
Tennessee. Okay.
I read a lot of people say that, but not a single one of them, like, gave a name. So I was like, I don't know how plausible that is.
Yeah.
If you can't be like, oh, it was, this guy.
Yeah. It's really, yeah.
So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. last week, when I said I was doing the Kentucky John Doe, I had just found the Grant County one.
Yeah, I assumed it was only one of the two.
And then I started doing a little bit of research, and I was like, oh, there's two.
I'm honestly surprised there's only two, but
I'm
I
sure
guess that's
there's
what you get
more.
from a low population state like Kentucky.
That's true. I'm sure there's more. I know there was a couple people who mentioned a woman who was killed due to her quote-unquote connection with the Cornbread Mafia.
Maybe it would be cool to do an episode on the Cornbread Mafia.
It would be. There's apparently a really, really good book written by...
I don't even want to hear it. I ain't buying you another book until you read that book and let me read it.
I know.
I still ain't... What was that book called?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, I read 10 or 12 pages sitting in the grocery store parking lot.
Yeah.
And haven't gotten to touch it since, and you lost it.
I don't know where it is.
I want the book because I want to read it.
I know, me too, because it's got an accompanying movie to watch afterwards.
I enjoy war novels. It's all I used to read when I was young.
And I think you'd enjoy this movie.
I liked the book so far.
Yeah.
But no, maybe not next episode, but an episode upcoming, we could do a special on the Cornbread Mafia.
Cool. I like the idea.
Just both of us do research separately, so we can talk about what we learned and maybe fill the whole first half with just that or something.
Cool. Yeah, but that's all I got.
That was it? Mm-hmm. I guess that's going to slide us over into the special thing I was telling you about.
Ooh.
So the way this came about, the way this came to me, my idea was there was a case that came across my TikTok that I thought sounded interesting that I'd never heard of. And that's because it's currently happening.
Ooh.
So this segment is going to be, and I came up with this name, what are we, 15 minutes in? 15 minutes ago. This segment is not going to happen very often. It's going to be whenever I find a case that is currently ongoing and has not been solved yet. This case, or this segment is going to be called Canon's Smoking Canon.
Okay.
Right?
I like the name.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
So this is the case of Debbie Collier. I'm unsure if you may have heard anything about it on the news recently. What is today? So Friday, the police did a public press conference, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I sat and watched the whole thing live while I was at work.
Fuck, that's cool. I miss watching police press conferences.
So this is my write up after looking. I spent 4.5 hours Friday while I was at work.
Oh, heck yeah.
Doing this.
Man, I'm excited.
I'm just going to jump straight into the story. What I'm going to do first is pull up images of her just so we get a picture of who we're looking about and talk, so we can visualize for our YouTube audience. Debbie Collier of Athens, Georgia, has been missing since September 9th. That is 2022. She was last seen September 9th by her husband, Steve. Steve had stated that the car she had been driving was in the driveway when he left for his job. His job is parking cars for the Georgia Bulldogs football game. Amanda, her daughter, who is not Steve's daughter, so this is Steve's stepdaughter,
Gotcha.
stated that when she left the house, all she took with her was her debit card and driver's license. Okay?
Okay.
This was stated to police.
Okay.
Okay? That was in, and I may cover that again later. I have 14 pages of notes.
Heck yeah.
That was given to police in all of the places I found said 911 call. Mm-hmm. She definitely just called the sheriff's department.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not like it was not an emergency line. They all just say 911 because it's news, right?
Yeah.
All right. So September 10th, so the following day, at 2:55 p.m., Debbie is seen at a Family Dollar roughly 60 miles from her house. While at this Family Dollar, she purchased a rain poncho, a refillable torch, which this was the specific wording. It was a refillable lighter, one of the long neck refillable lighters.
Okay.
2-pack roll of paper towels, a 7.5 by 9.5 foot tarp, a reusable red tote bag, and she was at this dollar store for approximately 15 minutes.
What a weird combo of items.
It's the kind of stuff that you would buy if you're going to try to hide a body.
Yeah.
Okay? Approximately 8 minutes after she left, she sent her daughter a Venmo payment. Okay?
Okay.
This Venmo payment, as you know, you've used Venmo, I assume.
I have not.
Okay, well, you've seen me use Venmo.
Yes.
You can put a message with it, like, for what it's for. So there was a message with this Venmo payment. Okay?
Okay.
The Venmo payment was in the amount of... I have conflicting evidence of what the amount was. It was either $2,385 or $2,345. Not that number matters, just for the sake of being accurate. I'm going to say $2,385 because that's what I heard the police say at one point or another.
I hate the misinformation going...
It's only $40 difference, and it's unimportant to the case. But so to continue, the ominous Venmo message that was sent with it is, "They are not going to let me go. Love you. There is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door."
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. This message, according to the timeline that I was given originally when recording these notes, was sent at 3:17 p.m., September 10th.
Okay.
Steve and Amanda, so her husband and her daughter, did not report her missing until 6 p.m. Almost 3 hours after this message was received. This, like, ransom note, right? Okay. So, let me get my next page. And before anybody's like, oh my god, 14 pages, let me scroll away. They are notepad size pages. They're small. It's like a little...
It's not like legal paper.
No, it's small. So 12:30 p.m., September 11th. Police were able to locate the rental vehicle that Debbie had been driving through its satellite radio.
Okay.
The vehicle was found 60 miles from her house, roughly 13 miles, if I'm remembering correctly. I didn't put that note on here, from the Family Dollar.
Okay.
Shortly after the van was found, her daughter Amanda arrived on scene, acting hysterical. Now, I found later that the police had told her they found the vehicle.
Okay.
It sounded super suspicious to me at first. The police officer, the detective in particular, or I don't think it was a detective at this point. It would have been the sheriff's deputy. She had been in contact with the sheriff's deputy a couple times through phone call, and he was like, "Oh, we found her car. You know, it's here. You can come look at it."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Instead of like her just randomly showing up.
Yeah, exactly. Because that was like, oh, that's fucking sus for her to know exactly where this was. No, it wasn't. They told her where it was. But she showed up hysterical. She told police that her mother has no history of mental health, but that she did have a bad back, so she probably couldn't have made it far on foot. I'm adding the on foot. It's weird wording. But police, through use of canine, were able to find her mother, Debbie's dead body.
Okay.
It was roughly a quarter mile from the car into the woods. She was found at the bottom of a ravine, clutching the stump of an uprooted tree that was also charred.
Huh.
Okay.
All right. I'm following.
They found her body completely stripped naked with, I'm going to use the word severe because I saw the word charred.
Okay.
With her stomach severely burned.
Okay.
Near her body were all of the belongings that she had previously purchased at the Family Dollar. They were also mostly burned.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question, and I assume you do not know. Were they still in bags, or were they just...
The police were very hush-hush on that, them even saying that the stuff was there.
Okay.
Police immediately began to investigate this as a homicide.
Yeah, most definitely.
Not as a suicide, not as an accident. They investigated it as a homicide immediately, which people at the time thought was strange.
I mean...
Okay?
Okay.
This was all the information we had Thursday. This was everything Thursday.
Okay.
So now that we have, like, the idea, the whole story is built, right? We know when she went missing, roughly. We know when she was found, roughly. We know the circumstance behind it, right? Now I'm going to build the timeline, okay? And I'm going to fill in a lot of the gaps that I assume you have questions for, because I had questions for a lot of the things happening here.
I do indeed have a lot of questions.
I'm going to go ahead and pause, open a drink. If you have one, you should probably do the same.
I should indeed.
Take a drink because my mouth is very dry. All right. So, around 6:01 p.m., and I said around 6 p.m. originally because I was guessing based off of the prior timeline. The number is 6:01 p.m. according to police.
Wow.
6:01, September 10th, during the first minute of the 911 call, again, dispatch call,
Yeah.
Steve, her husband, called, is noted saying her daughter, who went up there, and her purse is still there with her driver's license. The only thing gone is her phone. Now, I listened to all of these recordings.
Yeah.
I've listened to like 50 minutes of this, so this is my transcribing of this.
Okay.
Okay. So, he says specifically her purse is still there.
Yeah.
Do a Google real quick. Just Google her and click images.
Okay.
And then you're going to want to look for the one of her in a red Bulldogs jersey.
Debbie
Collier.
There you go.
Images. And then with her walking in, she's carrying a purse.
She is indeed.
All right, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
The purse is in the house. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm going to get to it. I'm feeding your brain here.
Okay.
Because this is where I was as I was finding it. Okay? Let's see. Describing... Oh, he then follows up by describing the Venmo message as a text. He calls it a text multiple times. He does not know at this point that money had been sent from the sounds of the way he is talking. He also does not sound like he understands what Venmo is because it was never mentioned.
I'm assuming he's the guy.
Yes.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Steve.
Okay.
Yeah. He described the Venmo message as a text and also stated that her credit cards are also still here. He says that he was the last person to see her around 9 p.m. the night before, and the person on the other end of the phone call is like, did you see her at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m.? And he's like, well, I talked to her at 9 p.m. I assume she was sleeping at 9 a.m. Her car was still here. I assume they sleep in different rooms. I don't know this to be true.
Yeah.
He said, I assume she was still here since her van was still in the driveway. He proceeds to tell the 911 operator that he does not know what kind of van she's driving, but that it is a rental. And then he works out that it might be a black Pacifica.
Okay.
And that it's from Enterprise. He knows that much, so he can find out what it is.
Yeah.
Late into the call, Steve admits he's not sure at all what she could have been doing. To quote him, I thought she could have been shopping for food until her daughter came over with that strange message.
Okay.
Steve confirms in this call multiple times that she has her purse there. Now, something that I saw in all of the comments is women have more than one purse.
Correct.
Which is true. She probably has a weekend purse for going food shopping and one purse that she keeps all of her other junk in.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know.
You know, I don't carry a purse.
Right.
But I have like 50 here.
Yeah. So now we have another 911 call.
Okay.
It's, again, another just dispatch call.
Yeah.
She called the sheriff's department. You could tell that's what this was. This time from the daughter, Amanda. Amanda's name, I found out at this point, is Amanda Bearden. Not that that's important. I'm just, for sake of clarity. This call came the morning her mother was discovered dead. But before she was discovered dead, of course. So this was the morning of, I don't remember what day, the 11th?
I believe so.
She called wanting to talk to the detective. She was crying a lot, talking about having the rental agreement for the car, wondering if they could have been, or if they could trace the GPS from the car. She asks if she needs to hire a private investigator, since the police are not doing their job. She makes a second call shortly after this, before the body was discovered as well. I'm unsure of the time that she called. She made this call the same day, letting them know that she has more information, but did not get to talk to a detective. The more information was that she had access to her mother's iCloud, or thought that she did.
Okay.
You access iCloud generally through a phone.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Which, again, I'm speculating, but you can see where I'm pointing.
Yeah.
All right, so my next page, let's see. September 14th, so multiple days after the body was found, deputies serve a search warrant to Amanda's residence. So police were immediately looking the same way I am.
Yeah.
This is her residence that she shares with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Andrew Geirich, or Geitrich. I'm not sure. I definitely spelled that wrong, but it's something like that. His name is Andrew. We will call him Andrew for the remainder of the story. Police have responded to multiple domestic violence calls between the couple in the past.
Okay.
The police have not been told... Oh my goodness. The public, I apologize. The public has not been told if any evidence was found during this initial search. It's just, it was searched and they are not arrested.
Okay.
They are still, to quote the police, they are still looking for a person of interest. But it felt to me like they were doing it to get proper evidence to do a full arrest.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll get to that. I'm only on page 8.
Okay.
September 21st, investigators announced that they have found no evidence of kidnapping or suicide. They have also served several warrants and are still looking to name a person of interest, a week after the initial search of Amanda's home. September 25th, Debbie's son Jeffrey makes a public statement asking for the public to end speculation and to let detectives work, and says a lot about how much of a loving mother and a good woman she was, and all this, that, and the other.
I can't imagine reading through the comments.
And in addition, I did not discover this until later, but he does not live in the state.
Okay.
He doesn't live near them. September 27th, there was an unspent rifle round found near where the body was discovered. Police think that it is completely it's coincidence. It's public, state land. People run through there to hunt all the time. It's like, and it looked like it was like some kind of rifle that you would hunt with.
Yeah, it just so happened.
So happens that Fox News blew it out of proportion because they're the reporter found it.
Surprising.
Andrew, the boyfriend of Amanda, tells a news source that both him and Amanda are sleeping with stuff in front of their front and back door, and they have nothing to do with this. I watched the video of him saying this.
What a weird statement.
Indeed. So September 29th. So this is 2 days ago?
Yeah.
A call made by a woman claiming to be Collier's sister, so Debbie's sister, Diane Shirley, informs police of a prior encounter with an unidentified ex-convict involved in a car crash with Debbie. Hence why she's driving the rental.
Okay.
That incident happened about a month prior, according to the call. Debbie had been driving behind a truck when a paint can fell off and struck her vehicle, sending paint everywhere. The driver of the truck frantically asked Debbie to not call police, as he was out on parole and was not supposed to be driving. Police confirmed that automobile accident happened on April 30th. Not a month prior. So if that was her sister, she's 5 months off of an automobile accident her sister was in.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're on to September 30th. This is from the statement. Police make the statement saying that they were still awaiting autopsy results. They do not know how she died. As of right now, they can't make that public statement. Police received additional footage from nearby businesses to the Family Dollar and confirmed that she sat outside the Family Dollar in the van for 10 minutes before leaving.
Okay.
Which puts the timeline when she sent the Venmo payment to her sitting in the parking lot.
Yeah.
The lead investigator stated that they are in possession of her cell phone, and it was located at the crime scene.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to mention this earlier. Detectives were somehow able to discover that immediately after sending the Venmo payment, the phone was turned off. Huh. So at 3:17, it was turned off, and it was shut off at that point. So, my first thing is going to be, I'm going to say I'm being kidnapped. I'm being held at gunpoint.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send my daughter a Venmo payment, not call the police. Right?
Yeah.
And then immediately shut my phone off afterwards.
Right?
It's insane. It does not make sense. That does not add up at all.
Honestly, even a text message would be more understandable.
Why would she send a Venmo payment?
Yeah.
If you die, your digital funds, therefore bank payments, anything in your bank, which is where the Venmo payment comes from. Maybe it was in the Venmo already.
Yeah.
Your family's going to get it anyways.
Yeah.
Nobody's dumb enough to be like, oh, let me just shoot you a Venmo real quick before I die. So to continue, police go on record saying that they have no reason to believe this was a random act of violence. They specifically said that it was a targeted occurrence.
I mean, based on what you've told me so far, that does make sense.
So again, September 30th. The rest of this is going to be on the 30th. There's been no update since. They did recover a purse from the crime scene.
Okay.
So the multiple purse theory makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Her car was seen at 2:17 p.m. heading northbound. Picture taken in a school zone. You cannot see inside the vehicle at all.
Okay.
Northbound to where this Family Dollar is.
Gotcha.
So it was about an hour before she sent that message or whatever. So they can confirm that she was just coming from her house, basically.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, it was like an hour drive from her house to this Family Dollar.
I was about to say, like, 60 miles, that's approximately an hour drive,
Roughly.
give or take.
Yeah, give or take. It's a little over an hour from where she was living, actually. So it's very strange to go buy these mundane things from this random Family Dollar, right?
An hour away.
An hour away, yeah. The police confirmed Steve's alibi for Saturday when he was parking cars. Mm-hmm. He was confirmed to be there. It was at a bank. They have very good footage of him being there parking cars, like he said he was. The police stated that Amanda had prior moved back from Maryland on September 8th.
So 2 days before her mom went missing?
2 days.
Unquote.
Yeah, and she had been living with her brother in Maryland.
Okay.
The clerk working in the Family Dollar, when questioned by police, thought that Debbie was her daughter until she was given pictures of both people.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an important part for a couple of the theories that I have.
That's... Okay.
So in closing, before theories, Amanda and Andrew both have prior drug charges,
Yeah.
according to the New York Post. Okay?
Okay.
Andrew had also previously sent a message threatening Amanda, her mother, and her whole family's lives.
Fun.
Okay. So I want to hear what your mind has to say before I jump into theories, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say I think that the Family Dollar worker thinking that Debbie was her daughter is a red herring.
Okay.
Because the people who work at the dollar stores around here, they're all on drugs. It would be easy.
I can imagine George is the same way.
Yeah, it would be easy to confuse.
They don't look similar.
Not at all.
Look at the picture. Left, down. They don't look that similar at all.
No.
Like, the hair is the big thing. If they had different hair, then perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
But you can see the footage from the Family Dollar with blonde hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. So go ahead, unless you're done.
No, I was just going to say I think it's a red herring because not only drug things, but also...
Actually, if you want to look at what her daughter looks like currently, go down 2 from the picture you're at. That's her and Amanda. Or Amanda and Andrew. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. But also, like, I've worked retail, and if someone comes in and then, like, I'm contacted about it later, I'm going to be
You're
like...
not paying any attention to who's coming in. Yeah.
Everyone looks the exact same, unless you have something stand out. And it doesn't look like either of them are, like, individuals that would stand out in my head.
No, not at all. So would you like me to go in and get into the theories?
Yes.
Or did you have something else to say? Ask questions. Do anything.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you if my theories touch on it. And these are my theories mixed with some stuff that I read on the internet.
Okay. I assume they haven't... You said they were kind of tight-lipped about the whole crime scene and everything.
Relatively.
I find that if it were just her stomach being burned, that's really strange.
It sounds to me like they tried to burn a body and realized they couldn't. Because there was a fire started at the base of this tree,
Yeah.
right? All of the other stuff was burned, so they probably burned it at the same time and then rolled her dead body onto the fire.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, maybe sat her up, clutching the tree, hoping the tree would catch fire.
Yeah.
Is my thought. I don't know. There's not a whole lot. There's not much information given about that whatsoever.
My first thought with just a stomach being burned is trying to get rid of semen.
Yeah.
That's my first thought.
That could be absolutely true. That could be part of one of the theories that I have that I didn't even think about.
Okay.
So, anything else? Because I have 2 whole pages of theories.
Yes, but it's not a theory. It's just kind of an overall statement.
Go for it.
it seems like every little bit of this is like, I could understand why they would do this, but something's wrong. Like, I could understand the text message, quote unquote, that was in the Venmo. I could get that, but not the Venmo part.
Sure. Yeah. Which is why the daughter told Steve that it was a text.
Yeah, but like I could also get why Steve didn't understand, or why Steve had just talked to her at 9 p.m. but then not seen her is kind of
like I said,
weird.
No, I don't think it's weird because I think they sleep in different rooms.
I mean, yeah,
I don't know that to be a fact, but like I'm not going to write that one off yet because I think that if they sleep in different rooms, then he's not going to see her. He saw her car, therefore he thinks she's there. Is kind of the way that he had worded it, or he thought that she was there when he was leaving for work.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but like, I don't know. It's just like everything seems so straightforward, and then there's just one thing that makes it a little strange in pretty much every aspect of this.
I can't disagree, right? I don't disagree with you, but I think that it's a little hard when there's no evidence against him yet.
Oh, no, I don't think he has anything to do with it personally.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into my theories.
Got it.
I started by just writing what stuff that I thought could have happened. So Amanda and or Andrea was in the van and forced her to send the Venmo.
Yeah.
It could have potentially been Amanda in the store buying the supplies to finish getting rid of her mother's remains. She could have already been dead and in the van, which
Very
police,
true.
again, haven't said anything about whether they found evidence in the van. Or she could have just been bound in the vehicle, you know. They still have not found if they found the clothes she was wearing. The clothes were not mentioned having been burned.
Okay.
So that Bulldogs jersey and the shorts she's wearing, police have not found that publicly, meaning that brings more plausibility to the Amanda in the Family Dollars case. So another big red flag is that Amanda does not live with them.
Yeah.
And she was in their home.
Yeah.
Which the Venmo payment specifically saying there's a key gives her an excuse to have been in the house.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. So Debbie didn't send the Venmo payment. There was no punctuation. Old people punctuate the fuck out of shit.
Yeah, they do.
Drug addicts don't.
Yeah.
Her daughter had access to her iCloud, therefore possibly her Venmo. Maybe did it while at Debbie's house while Andrew was the one in the van making her buy this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew could have been in the Pacifica and killed Debbie for the money. And an additional point I'm going to make is that her daughter had been out of state, estranged from her mother. Mm-hmm. So therefore she probably didn't have any access to the house. So therefore that message, again, like I stated, specifically gave her a reason to be in the house.
Yeah.
Gave her an excuse to be in the house. Why would Debbie wire her drug-addicted daughter money and not her husband or son?
Yeah.
Why would she do that at all before she was about to die?
Yeah.
Why would that be a thought that's going through her head at all? Is the big thing to me is that's not something a human being would do. That's not the thought they would have. They would fight for their life. Even if you are an older person, you're still going to try to survive.
Yeah, and as you were saying earlier, like if she had her phone, why not just call 911?
No, exactly. And a lot of people were like, well, maybe there was no punctuation because she did it with Siri.
Can you send a Venmo via Siri?
I'm sure you can, but you're still going to be saying it, and your killer's going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? And just cancel what you're doing.
And last I checked, through like voice to text, they will still add random punctuation.
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
To be fair, it's been years since I've done it.
What I read on the internet said that it doesn't.
No.
I did save a few screenshots.
Cool.
Of comments on a news site.
Okay.
It's basically where I got a lot of my my ideas for the theories went. This is from Preserve Liberty. I don't remember what website this is, so it doesn't matter. But the purse doesn't bother me. The timing does. 8 minutes after Debbie leaves the store by herself, apparently no one coercing her, she sends a note to her daughter that someone won't let her go. She has the presence of mind to send money through Venmo to her daughter and then turn off her phone.
Yeah.
So somebody else says, what the 8 minutes suggests is premeditation. Someone lured her to the location. When she arrived, first order of business was to raid her Venmo. They couldn't wait another minute to get the money.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm thinking is it's Andrew and Amanda wanting more money for drugs. They just came back. They plotted this plan to kill Debbie. And they thought they were so smart, again, because they do drugs.
Good Lord.
But that was what I spent my Friday at work handwriting up. Mm-hmm. I thought that was interesting enough to bring up here. And of course, she's going on the list of cases that we have to finish, of course. So
I've got I have so many things bouncing around in my head, but I don't know how to
spit some of them.
I don't know how to really word them.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's so many just really strange things. Like,
well, it's because none of it makes sense. The police definitely know more than they are letting on.
Absolutely.
They were very, very choice with the wording they were using. And were very clear to let the right people speak to. There was 3 of them in the press conference, and they know what they're doing. It seemed like surprisingly a very competent police force in that part of Georgia, apparently.
Which is good.
We'll see.
I love me a competent police force.
I'm very excited to see this end well.
Same?
Not well, of course. She's dead,
obviously,
but I'm excited to see what happens.
To see it end.
There will be a huge twist if it's not Amanda and Andrew, because that's what my money's on. If I was going to put money on it, I would put my money on Amanda and Andrew.
Yeah, because like if you take away the whole naked, burned part, like the minute you said that she was found down in a ravine with the stuff around her, I was like, oh, mental health. She fell, hit her head. Now she's in a ravine with the stuff around her.
So they said ravine. What I saw just looks like a hill.
I mean, still, she's, what, how old?
50, late 50s.
Late 50s, maybe early 60s, based on her picture.
I mean, I'm just going to look it up.
Okay.
59.
All right. She had a bad back. So, like, that was my first thought until you're like, oh, well, the stump is burned. Her stomach is burned. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see this one solved, and I think that it will be. So, but this has been my new segment, Canon Smoking Canon.
Like it.
I'm gonna try to keep doing this. It's my plan for this segment is gonna be current cases, stuff that's happening, or like just happened, even if it's been solved. So that's what I'm going to do with this. If you enjoyed it, let me know, because it took a lot of extra work on my part, and it was also an extra nearly 30 minutes.
I know,
so,
I definitely enjoyed it.
But it also gives me good content to chop up and post places, I feel like. So
very true.
I think I definitely need to get better. I need to work on writing my notes a little better myself, because they're hard for me to read. My handwriting is quite horrible. And now that I've actually gotten to narrate it a little bit, I think I would like to restructure how I did it a little bit. But I think it was decent for my first go around.
Agreed.
So I think we should probably go ahead and just take a break.
Sounds good
Give
to
us
me.
5 minutes or so, and then we'll hop right back in with the trivia that I have prepared. And then we've got my music section, and then some arrests, hopefully.
Yep.
Which, it's up to you. We could either do Kentucky or Georgia.
Ooh.
I'll tell you this. If you... I'm trying to think. If you get all 5 questions, we get to do your pick.
Okay, sounds
And then
good.
if you don't, then I'll pick.
All right.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a bit.
Bye.
Thanks. I don't know why I said thanks, but bye. Say bye again.
Bye.
Hey, we're back.
Howdy.
I forgot to mention before at the beginning of this, or the start of the episode, I'm Canon.
Oh, I'm Haley.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing this now, but neither of us introduced ourselves by episode 5. We're falling apart.
We're still the same people.
So I was going to start us off with the second half here with a fun fact about Oblivion. I meant to do this earlier, but it was in my notes from the Debbie Collier case. So the fun fact about Oblivion, if you've played the game, you have probably heard how rough some of the voice acting can be. It just feels strange. Mm-hmm. It's not inherently bad, it's just strange.
Yeah.
It's because all of the voice actors were given their lines in alphabetical order.
I love it.
With no context. Just here's your lines, say them into the microphone, you're in the video game.
Isn't that why the beggars are so weird?
That's why all of them are so weird.
Yeah.
That's why every line is weird,
Yeah.
other than, oh my god, what is it that John, he loves the guy.
Sean Bean.
Is it Sean Bean? That's right, yeah. That's why Sean Bean's
Bean.
Mr. Bean's
Mr.
lines are
Bean.
so good, is because he is an actor and he knows how to interpret.
What about Lucian? LaChance?
They were all given all of their voice acting
Okay.
lines in alphabetical order from what I was able to find.
Because his lines aren't that strange.
It's because he's strange. It fits him.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
So last week we did some true crime trivia. And I decided since it's episode 5 and I did my special, we could do it again. I'm going to try to keep up with this. I should probably start finding questions to ask long before we're about to start, because it took me an hour to write these. This is what I was waiting on the whole time, was doing this part.
Yeah.
So for those of you that want to play along at home, we are Goojpod. I am half of it. I am Canon.
I am Haley. I'm the other half.
And we talk about true crime stories. For instance, this episode we just talked about some John Does out of Kentucky, and the case of much notoriety at the moment, the Debbie Collier case. This is episode 5. I plan to chop this up and post bits and pieces of it to social media before the episode is posted. But there should be 4 other episodes out before you can finally watch this. There's going to be at least 1 out this upcoming Monday, I think is when I decided to schedule that. So if you like true crime, you like people who think they're funny and hopefully are, and sometimes you like getting music recommended to you, please swing by and give us a listen. At the end of every episode, we also go to some local arrest pages based on the state for the cases that we've done, and look at people that were arrested within the last week or so. We look at their mugshots and we generalize, make some generalized statements about these people and maybe the crimes that they could have committed. And then on the YouTube version of the podcast, you get to see that happen. So if that's something that you have any interest in, please come by and googe with us. That was on the fly. So true crime trivia. Play along at home if you want. I'm going to be your host, Canon. Haley is going to be playing as our victim. And we already decided before the first half, if she gets all 5 right, she gets to pick the state, because we have 2 states from cases today. We have both Kentucky and Georgia. So we're going to get started with question 1.
For clarification, are you going to read all of the questions first and then...
No, I'm going to read a question, then the 4 answers.
Okay.
They're all multiple choice.
Okay.
And then you're going to answer.
All right.
And then anybody playing along can tell me how many points they got out of 5.
Sounds good.
Question 1. Which of these things... Oh, and this is very topical, of course, with the whole Jeffrey Dahmer series coming out.
Okay.
I didn't do all of these Jeffrey Dahmer because I feel like it's been run a little dry, but I figured I could start with one at least.
Sounds good.
Which of these things did Jeffrey Dahmer order from commissary that he did not receive? And to clarify, he has to have actually ordered this thing for it to be the answer.
Okay.
A carton of Newport cigarettes. B, a butcher's knife. C, a 6-pack of Budweiser. Or D, 2 cyanide tablets. And you can feel free to talk into the microphone with your thought process here.
I don't know a whole lot about Jeffrey Dahmer post him doing his thing,
Sure.
but I'm going to make a logical guess and say A, a carton of Newports.
You think that he ordered this and did not receive it?
You're making me double.
You need to lock in your answer.
All right, hang on.
Googe it your best shot.
God damn it. So it was a carton of cigarettes, a butcher's knife,
Would you like me to read them again?
Budweiser, and what was the last one?
2 cyanide tablets.
2 cyanide tablets. I'm changing my answer
Okay.
to C, a 6-pack of Budweiser.
You googing your answer in?
I'm googing my answer in.
All right. You are incorrect.
Fuck. Was it the Newports?
It is not the Newports. He did receive the Newports.
I figured, I had to think about the timeline
Yeah.
of, when he was arrested, because cigarettes were a lot more common and allowed in jails.
I'm just glad I finally got you.
Yeah.
The answer was 2 cyanide tablets.
Wild.
Yep, it's written. He has a handwritten commissary order, and it's the bottom one, and it was not fulfilled. So you got 0 points
That's
for
fine
question
with me.
1. Question number 2. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
The Oakland County child killer. During this case, a father to one of the victims pleaded on television to let his son come home to eat his favorite meal. What is that fast food chain? Is it A, McDonald's, B, Burger King, C, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or D, Wendy's?
Man, you really amped up the difficulty of these questions.
I didn't think that I did, if we're being completely honest. I thought the Jeffrey Dahmer one was topical, so it's going to be easy.
It's topical.
And then the second one, I was like, oh, I know of the Oakland County child killer.
I also know of the Oakland County child killer.
Okay.
Fuck.
I also have a fun fact for this one.
I'm between two.
I'm not giving you a lifeline before you ask.
That's fine. I know there's no lifelines. I think it's B, Burger King. Final answer.
You locked in.
I'm googed in.
You're googed in. All right. You're incorrect.
Was it KFC?
It's KFC.
Fuck, that was my other one.
It's why I didn't say KFC. It's why I said the whole thing, is so that way you didn't associate it with the articles, the multiple articles that have been written that specifically say KFC and not Kentucky Fried Chicken. Fun fact, when they found the boy's body, he had KFC in his stomach.
Yep. I remembered that bit.
So I didn't have the fun fact before
Good lord.
the question. All right, so question number 3. How many confirmed murders does the butcher of Plainfield, Ed Gain, have? Is it A, 9, B, 7, C, 5, or D, 2?
Confirmed?
Confirmed.
B7. Googed in.
Are you sure?
I'm between 7 or 5, so.
Okay, pick one. You said 7.
Yeah, and now you're making me second guess it.
I'm not trying to make you
5.
second guess. You pick one. They're both wrong.
Are they?
You're incorrect. Yes, it's 2.
Really?
It's 2. And it's only 2 confirmed. He had 7 others that were possibly.
Okay.
So I was expecting you to say 9 because there are 9 speculated.
Well, at least I got the 7
Yeah.
unconfirmed.
Yep. All right. So question number 4. David Berkowitz murdered 6 people after being given the order to do so. I'm going to go ahead and wait just to let the dog finish doing his thing because I don't want this in the recording. I need to do something, though.
He did it on purpose.
I've got to look up this. He kills me.
Yeah.
I want this clean recording so it can be used properly for other social media.
We could always redo it and you can start at question 1.
Yeah, like you don't know the answers, right?
Yeah.
You have to get them wrong still. All right, well, he's done drinking, so I'm going to reread the question. Question number 4. David Berkowitz murdered 6 people after being given the order to do so by a demon-possessed what? A cat, B, a dog, C, a rat, or D, a person? And if you're clueless, I can tell you his serial killer name.
Please tell me. I know the name David Berkowitz. Tell me the serial
So we're
killer name.
only going to go for half a point.
That's fine with me.
Son of Sam.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. It's a cat, I believe. Don't hold me on that.
Well, you have to googe your answer in.
I'm googing in.
Incorrect.
Was it rat?
It's be a dog.
Oh.
It was a dog. It was a demon-possessed dog. I believe it was his neighbor's dog.
Am I going 0 for 5 this time?
Or you might go 0 for 5, which is the exact opposite of last time. This one is... I thought the other ones were easy for true crime people. I'm not a true crime person. I don't consider myself to be, especially not with serial killers and stuff. And I've heard you talk about it a lot. So I was like, oh, we'll do stuff I've not heard about. I've never heard of the Son of Sam ever in my life, so that's why I used his name and gave his serial killer name as a secondary.
My interests, I have like 5 serial killers that I know a shit ton about, and most of the others I'm like, eh.
All right, so question 5. Serial killer Gary Ridgway, better known as the Green River Killer, murdered at least 49 women in Washington state. In what state was he born? A, Washington. B, Idaho. C, Utah. Or D, North Dakota.
Lord, please let me get this one right. I think it's Idaho. It could also be Utah, but I'm leaning heavily towards Idaho.
Why?
Because I remember reading his Wikipedia article like 6 years ago, and I think he's from Idaho.
Do you?
Now you're making me think fucking North Dakota. God damn it.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I picked all of these except for the right one. These are all random states except for one. You know? Googe me your answer.
I'm in distress. Am I going to spend the next week just researching as many things as I can in the true crime thing? Yes.
Just so the next week's, I should just make way harder then.
No!
Just like, how many fingers did serial killer whoever have? And it's like a guy who had 10, but like, he used knives, so I'm going to make you think he only had 9 or something.
Oh, good lord. Go back to the fucking pineapple John Benet Ramsey ones. Those were easy.
I thought those were going to be easy too, and then you got all of them, so I was like, I've got to find stuff that's a little bit more difficult.
I mean, I hate myself for this. I'm going North Dakota. If it's Idaho, I'm leaving the pod.
They're both wrong.
Is it Utah?
It's Utah.
Huh.
Yep. I added Idaho because you like Idaho.
I love Idaho.
And I put North Dakota because ain't not a motherfucker one from North Dakota. But if you are from North Dakota, you probably kill people.
North Dakota's not real.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's Ohio that's not real, but yeah, no. So you got 0 out of 5.
Woo!
So anybody who played along,
do better than me.
if excuse me, I actually wanted to start this with saying, and I didn't, but you know, if you think you can do better than somebody on a true crime podcast, here's your chance to try. Let me know how many you got. Did you beat Haley, or are you really bad at true crime trivia? We all know you all cheated anyways. But technically, that ends the trivia section, which means that I get to pick.
Yep.
And it's either Kentucky or Georgia.
Georgia.
I'm going to go Georgia, because that was my story.
Sounds good.
But we're going to go ahead and jump into the music section, I suppose. I opened Epic Games.
What you gonna do? Play some games?
Play Fortnite.
Play some Fortnite.
My Fortnite clips. All right. Let me know when you're on the list here.
I am indeed.
All right. All right. The song is Gaslight by Fox Lake and Paleface.
Gotcha.
The information that I have is that Fox Lake considers themselves to be hardcore hip-hop.
Cool.
They are from Denver, Colorado.
Good place.
If I'm remembering correctly, they had around 50,000 monthly listeners. And Paleface is from Switzerland.
Cool.
With around 230,000 monthly listeners. I would consider it to be post-hardcore. So we can go ahead and listen.
Hang on. Gotta switch my headphones.
In all honesty, at this point, we should just patch your computer into the mixer.
Agreed.
Like, all it would take is one more cable.
We don't need any more cables.
Well, my side's the one that's got all the cables for my PS2 setup, which, hey, I've been playing PS2, been playing The Herbs, been playing Midnight Club, original Midnight Club, which I never got to play. They're both great games. They're both awful. They look like crap, but they're wonderful. And it's not nostalgia speaking because I never got to play them. If you want to watch those, you're going to have to try to find the channel on your own until I dox myself. But here we are. I think we're ready?
Yep.
All right. We can go ahead and start playing Gaslight by Fox Lake and Paleface now. Oh, wait. Actually, don't.
Okay.
I wanted to clarify because I don't like the way that these have been editing. If you... I want to make this playlist public without having my name on it. But any of you who listen, who want to listen to this, did you look it up on... I don't want to say look it up on YouTube because we're doing this through Anchor. So look it up on Spotify.
Yeah.
You know, listen along. Leave the podcast and listen to the songs if you want to. But come back so you can listen to the rest of the songs afterwards.
Give it a good old pause.
And then you got to come back. Or you could jump over to YouTube. You could jump over to the YouTube part, which doesn't have these, and then you could listen to them in Spotify. Listen to the songs in Spotify. And then watch the tail end of the podcast, which has more content.
Yep.
There's more arrests done at the end of the YouTube video. Instead of we end it with the arrests on Spotify. But I guess we're going to go ahead and jump into it now that I've clarified it a little bit more. We're going to streamline this process in the future, I hope. But Gaslight, Fox Lake, and Paleface. Go ahead and play now. I'm going to turn them up a little bit over what I did last few times. Something I think that I remember seeing on Fox Lake's Instagram or Twitter is they were going to see if people in 2022 were ready for POD. Which I see.
Yeah.
One of the things that I know that I really like about them is that their vocalist can be understood. And it's still, it's heavy vocals, but it's not quite screaming, which is very different.
Yeah. I really appreciate that. As someone who can't understand normal people talking.
Yeah. No, I really like them. I think that band has a lot of growth potential. I don't think it's huge. I don't think they're not going to be like a 10 million listener band, but I think they're really good.
They're great.
I definitely look forward to hearing their music as they release it.
That was a great song.
Up next, we have Iris by Haylog. You have heard me listen to a ton of Haylog's music.
The name sounds familiar.
If we listen to more of their stuff, like if I played you some of their stuff, you would recognize it.
Okay.
Like I've played you Haylog's music for probably 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't ever pay attention to who the artist is.
Haylog is, I want to say, they're still sitting around 75,000 monthly listeners. They're not big, but they just released this song last week at some point. That's actually the thing with this playlist. 3 of these were songs that were just released by artists that I've been listening to for a long time. So this is not a new artist that I found. I apologize. It's just new music that I found, which is what this whole part is about. This is Iris by Haylog, and we can go ahead and start playing it now. Of course, if those listening haven't guessed it yet, like, of course, I'm a big fucking sucker for this, as you word it, soy boy, bedroom pop stuff.
It's very good. I mean no disrespect when I say soy boy.
Makes me wish I was a soy boy so I could play pretty shit like this. We can go ahead and pause. It's basically this to the end of it. Something that I really like about Haylog is that he does, or they, I don't know, they do a very good job of creating a very intimate story without providing details.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see that.
It also, almost all of their songs feel like 2 different songs with the same theme. Where they've got the very light, soft-spoken bit and then followed up by a more electronic, bassier bit.
Yeah.
But I've always really, really enjoyed Haylog's music. If you went right now, sat down and just played the rest of their stuff, you'd probably realize you know all of his music. Or all of their music.
Cool.
Because I've played so much of it. Up next, we have I Miss You by Young Davey.
Is this another one of the artists that you already know?
It is. I've been playing his stuff for about 6 months now. give or take.
I recognize that name.
I fucking love his voice. He reminds me of young Lord Churchill vocally, which, fun fact, if you have not listened to young Lord Churchill, look him up on SoundCloud or YouTube. There's a very good possibility that he committed suicide, and that's why he stopped producing music and got all of his stuff removed from Spotify. I cannot verify this, but I would say young Lord Churchill is probably my favorite musician.
He's up there for me, too.
I mean, he's so good. He obviously took a lot of inspiration from artists like Young Lean. And
Who is my favorite artist.
I feel like his songwriting is just insanity. It's so good.
Absolutely killer.
Young Lord Churchill, if this was... I don't want to put a song from SoundCloud on here as of right now. If I get to do that in the future, I'll play... If you all don't do it on your own and you don't like that type of bedroom pop type rap, you're not going to like it, but his music is phenomenal. I highly recommend it to anybody who liked what we just listened to, or pretty much any of the songs that you played during the music section. Yeah, really, young Lord Churchill is better than any of these musicians.
Agreed.
And maybe he stole lines from people. No, that was the other guy. It wasn't him that did it. That was Lil Dusty G. Also, Lil Dusty G is great now that he's making his own music. But I'll put the stealing lines from musicians behind him.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he stole songs.
Everyone else does that,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He made good music.
There's literally... anything that has been written has already been written before.
And, again, this is not who we're talking... This next song is not who we have just been talking about. This is Young Davey. He's very hard to find stuff on because he's so small. I found through Spotify his Instagram, which he says his name is Mowgli.
Like M-O-W...
M-O-G-L-E-Y.
Oh, okay.
Mowgli.
I thought you were talking about like M-O-W-G-L-I from the Jungle Book.
Yeah, it's from the Jungle Book. It's the same name spelled different, but Davey Mowgli. Is what his name
Love it.
I don't know that it's his name. I don't know that his real name is Mowgli, but I hope that it is. But this is I Miss You. This just came out. It is by far not one of his best songs, but the fact that I just found it means it gets to go on the pod.
Heck yeah.
I Miss You by Young Davey playing now.
I recognize his voice.
I'll play you the other song that you know in a minute.
Okay.
There's a line in this song that's so good. Alright, we can go ahead and pause. You definitely, like, if you've listened to Young Lord Churchill, you know what I'm saying. I think Churchill's better, but this is a good place to fill that hole in my heart ever since Churchill stopped posting on platforms and is potentially dead.
Makes sense.
If anybody knows, like, if he just stopped making music maybe because it was bad for his mental health, or if he's actually dead, I would love to know. But that was Young Davey. I love Young Davey. I love every fucking song he's ever made.
Yeah.
I've listened to the majority of his discography on Spotify specifically. He probably posts on SoundCloud as well, but I love his fucking music. It's really good. I hate to do this right in the middle, but I have to take a potty break.
Oh, thank God. I was sitting here and I'm looking up at the times of the rest of the songs, and I'm like, I don't know if I can wait that long.
They ain't short. So that was Young Davey with I Miss You. Up next, we're going to have Raspberry Cough by Coletta. I'll get back into that in a minute, I'm sure. But thank you for waiting around for probably no time at all.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're back.
Howdy.
So I said potty break. I ended up having to number 2. While I was in there, I was watching some TikTok, as you do. You like the rhyme scheme?
Yep.
All right. Well, I watched a fuck. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I have to watch, or I'll have to change the whole fucking screen. I'll have to blur the whole bottom of my screen. It showed my first name. So no, I watched a video of a dude. It was on a Ring camera. This dude runs up to this house screaming that he shot his dick. And his dog comes limping behind him, and he also says that he shot his dog. He says my dog got hit too. First, how do you shoot your dick and your dog?
I don't know.
And also, can you imagine shooting your dick and your dog and you're more worried about your dick? Like, I mean, I guess I get it, but like, he didn't even seem concerned for the dog hardly at all.
That sucks.
Yeah. Like, I wish he had shot his dick off. Like, fuck you.
Well,
It was a little pity.
Oh, now you got me into a tangent about another little pity.
They shoot a dog's dick.
No, I was on the subreddit Pitbulls, as one does, and someone was posting that they were in Florida and their neighbors had evacuated and left their little pitty on a lead in their yard with nothing but like a flimsy doghouse.
Oh no.
I know, like the minute I read that, I was like, oh no, this is going to turn out badly.
It doesn't sound good.
Well, it turns out dog slipped its collar and ended up at the neighbor's house, the neighbor who was posting.
Okay.
And they're like, I can't take the dog in because dog's not fixed and always tries to mount my dog. But their other neighbor was like, I have no dogs, I have a leash. Should I just take the dog in?
Yes.
So then everyone was like, yes, take the dog in. And now the people who fucking evacuated are like, oh, is my dog okay? Oh, you have him? Can I have him back?
Absolutely
Absolutely
fucking not.
You lost all rights.
You should be charged.
Literally, you left a whole ass dog.
Like, I
tied to a
understand.
tree.
I understand if it's impossible for them to take the dog, but like if it's impossible for you to take the dog, you shouldn't have had the dog to begin with.
Exactly.
So I think in this case that person should be charged at the very least with animal cruelty.
Yeah.
I'm very serious about my animals.
Seriously, like I know I showed you. Nope, that was my mom. I know I've seen a bunch of videos of just like the floodwater going up and up and sweeping houses away.
Yeah.
You think a dog's gonna be fine?
Right.
Tied to a tree?
It'd be better not tied to anything.
Exactly.
Just let it out.
Dogs can swim.
Or run away.
Or run away and then swim.
Or both. Yeah. Anyways, so off the tangent, be good to your dogs, be good to your animals, be good to people, be good in general.
Exactly. Be
Don't,
safe.
Don't be like the people we're going to show at the end of this video.
Yeah.
Or podcast, I should say, depending on how you were viewing it. But anyways, we listened to Young Davy last. We're going to listen to Coletta, I think is how you pronounce that.
That's how I pronounce it.
They consider themselves to be psychedelic pop from Atlanta.
Okay.
I don't consider them to be psychedelic pop. I think that they just like doing acid and like pretty colors is why they consider themselves psychedelic.
But honestly, who doesn't?
People who like to obey the law. Raspberry Cough by Coletta.
All right.
Playing now. Like, I guess listening to them again. Not this part, but I kind of get it, but it's like, it's a stretch to me. Unless I missed something. I may not have listened to the whole song, I guess. They give me modern Emarosa vibes with the music. Which I guess Emarosa was going for that 80s sound.
Yeah.
So maybe the psychedelic thing does fit. I feel like psychedelics are more 60s, 70s, though.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting screaming, were you?
Nope. I wasn't until you said Emarosa.
They give big Emarosa vibes, though, don't they?
They do indeed.
They have 129,000 monthly listeners. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if there's music past this point.
Okay.
Barely. It's just weird instrumental stuff. But no, I think they definitely have given me huge Emarosa vibes, which is why I picked the song. I really enjoyed the Emarosa.
Honestly, when you said psychedelic pop, I was not expecting that.
I wouldn't have expected that from psychedelic pop either, because it was post-hardcore, like...
With some twinkly bits.
Very minimal,
Yeah.
though. Like, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't have expected that from psychedelic pop.
Me neither.
But I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty small still, considering how good the music is, I think.
Yeah.
I would say so. But now up next we have Stab Wounds by Spooky Flower, who has 2,163 monthly listeners on Spotify. YFEJ with 0.
0?
He has 0.
Yep.
Which means this is the first song he's ever been on Spotify. So nobody's, or he just doesn't have any other music.
Yeah.
Or both. And then Corbin, of course, who you know that I am quite.
I was about
love
to ask
Corbin.
if that's the third one that you.
It is indeed. But
Corbin's great.
Corbin, I think, helped produce the song.
Okay.
But it's mostly the other. I think it's mostly Spooky Flower from what I listened to.
Cool.
I won't swear to it. I don't know who produced what, who did what, but I don't. I'll say if I hear Corbin when we listen to it this time. I don't remember for sure.
Okay.
But we're listening to Stab Wounds by Spooky Flower, YFEJ, and Corbin now.
That's pretty.
The piano.
Yeah.
Feels like an R&B song so far, doesn't it? I fell in love with his voice for some reason.
It's just weird enough.
Yep. Sounds like a kid.
I know. I was about to say it could be like a 10-year-old.
It sounds like a 13-year-old boy or like a 25-year-old woman.
Sounds like a kid I went to high school with Spotify or SoundCloud.
But better.
He specifically did bubblegum rap.
I feel like they've got to be Corbin's friends, right?
Oh yeah.
Because Corbin's pretty big.
Yeah.
Like nearly 500,000 monthly listeners, I think. And this doesn't sound like his stuff at all.
No, not at all. Corbin is Bobby Raps, right?
Part of.
Okay. Because it doesn't even sound like that.
Part of Corbin is Bobby Raps, yes. I want to say there's 2 people in Corbin. And it's Bobby Raps and the other guy.
I think Spooky Flower is a child.
Actually? You know what? Maybe this got posted. Maybe this is one of those songs that didn't actually have Corbin in it, and they just tagged him in it.
Could be. Because I know we've listened to a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, I think this is actually a kid.
He's good.
He is. That album cover in particular reminds me of the fat Russian kid.
Oh, what's his name? Kimmel.
Yeah.
Kimmel's goated, boys.
He's great.
And girl. I don't know. There's probably no one listening to this. Speaking into the void.
The voice is even kind of similar.
Kimmel's better.
I know.
But anyways, even if it is one of those little scammy fucking scumbag moves where they are just like, let's add a big artist to it, I still like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
and they
alright.
did a good job picking Corbin.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that's it for my music this time. I guess we've got the arrest section. And since you lost, we're doing Georgia.
Georgia.
All of these arrests are public information. The people depicted in these records are real people that may be at the lowest point in their lives. This content is being created for entertainment purposes only. Absolutely no ill will is wished to anyone following this message. People with addiction problems are some of the most harmed people in the American judicial system. Addiction is not a joke, regardless of the lighthearted content we are attempting to create. Hopefully. Oh no. Why are there no pictures?
I don't know.
Well, if there's no pictures, we're not doing it. So, go to the next page. Yeah, let's do Kentucky instead.
Going back to Kentucky.
Sorry, Joe. Do you want to do the one person from Georgia that had a picture?
Yeah, let's
and then
do
we'll
that one, and then we'll, yeah.
Yeah. To do it some justice here. So we have Carrie House.
She looks like a lunch lady.
A very seductive lunch lady. Look at those eyes.
I think those...
You want to switch back to the other headphones?
Oh, yeah.
You think those might be like what, drunk eyes? Did this woman come in with a DUI?
I was just gonna say they were dark circles.
Well, she looks like she's about to pass out.
She does.
I was kidding about the seductive thing, of course. I'm gonna say, actually, you lost. You get to guess first.
Okay. I'm gonna guess she's 47.
Wow. I'm gonna go 56.
Again, I've seen a lot of people in their early 40s who look like they're about to be 60.
Okay.
I'm going to guess possession of a controlled substance.
I'm going DUI. The tried and true DUI. Hold for Calhoun. And she's 46. What did you say? 47?
Yeah.
Sheesh. You got that one.
All right. First arrest.
In Pickens.
Driving under the
DUI. Let's
influence.
go.
Yep. Deposit account fraud.
That's one apiece.
Theft by shoplifting for the second arrest. And the third was for bench warrants.
5'5", 210. She's built like a linebacker. All right, let's go to Kentucky.
Alrighty. Oop, that's Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Don't know my states.
All right, so we've got, all women. They all look like Barbies.
Yeah.
Like mutilated Barbies.
They do indeed.
Oh, Kentucky. What's the song? Oh, My Old Kentucky Home?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Play it now, editor. It's me. I'm the editor.
Oh, good lord.
What?
Carmel
Holy
McLeod
views.
has
Look at
2,067 views.
Also over a K.
Yeah. 820.
Sheesh. Got some fucking movie stars getting arrested up in Kentucky. We got Carmel McLeod.
McLeod.
No. It's not McLeod.
That's how it's pronounced.
No, it's not. That's how it was pronounced before she got the fake face put on.
Seriously, she looks like she's wearing one of those, like, silicone face suits.
She triggers my fucking fight or flight with the uncanny valley.
Literally, I was about to say uncanny valley.
She looks like a woman of Elon Musk's robots that has a fucking sex doll's, like, face taped on.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
How did they let her take the mugshot with her earrings in still? That looks like a big hoop earring on her right ear.
Those are both big hoop earrings.
I don't see the left side. Her left side. All right.
It's this little crescent.
It's hard to tell on this.
Fair enough.
I'm going to say prostitution. And I'm going to say 44. Because it's damn near impossible to tell how old she is.
I know. I'm going to guess...
And then I'm going to give you my reason why I'm guessing my age.
52.
Okay, I was going to go higher than 44. I guessed young.
Mm-hmm.
But my guess for being the age that I guessed is the neck.
Yeah.
Her neck looks aged.
It does. And that amount of plastic surgery you wouldn't generally see on people younger than 40s and 50s.
You'd hope.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, I'd hope not to see it on people that age anyways.
Same. Aging is beautiful.
No, it's not.
I mean...
You can be attractive if you're older, but that is not it. Don't be her age and make yourself look like that. That's terrible looking. I think she looks terrible. I don't know. You're not talking.
No. She looks awful. I'm thinking about what she was arrested for.
I already gave my answer.
Yeah. I'm going with... Fuck, prostitution's such a good one.
You can do the same thing as me. I have another one, though, that I think it might be, but I'm going to stick to my guns and say prostitution.
Okay, I'm going with theft of credit cards.
I was going to say theft, just like shoplifting was going to be my other one. So
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to my guns and say prostitution.
Okay.
Because she has the money to do this to herself to make herself look better for her clients.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's go for it. I said 59. Non-payment of court costs.
Yeah.
You said 55.
Yeah.
And I said 44, I think. She'd probably be happy to know I said 44. If I could have seen that full picture with her neck looking like that, I would have said 60-something. Her bond was $80.
Good lord.
That's probably her whole entire court cost fee.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
I'm gonna crack another.
Okay, I guess I'll open one while you're doing that. in sync.
Synchronized.
So we have Heather Doyle. Heather Doyle.
She looks like she's been crying. I'm gonna guess she's 36.
Oh, fuck. That's what I was going to say. I had it planned in my head what I was going to say for age and crime. So since you said 36, I'm just going to go ahead and say 37.
Okay. And the charge is child abuse.
Domestic violence.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
So we're both on kind of the same wavelength here for
Yep.
her. Yeah.
She screams it. You ready?
I'm ready.
42.
42. What did we say? 30s? I win that one. Oh!
Nice going.
Sheesh! Bro, I won both. Let's go. 2 points to me. Oh, I think I've mentioned it before, but I wanted to go back through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a 10th episode ordeal. It's a lot of back work. So we've got Courtney
Daughtry.
Doherty. You're not gonna say anything about my pronunciation.
Doherty.
Doherty. Okay. I guess I get to guess first this time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say she's 36 as well.
Okay.
And your age? What do you think?
I'm gonna go 32.
I was thinking younger too, but I jumped it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say she was arrested for this looks like a transfer to me,
It does.
but I'm gonna go PI.
I'm gonna go shoplifting.
I could see that too. She looks sober in her eyes is why I don't think that it was,
Failure to appear. From Owensboro. Call back to the beginning of the episode.
All right. And how old was she? I didn't even see.
Oh,
35. What did I say? 36.
Yep.
And you said?
32.
So I won again. Because it's not Price is Right rules here on the Goojpod.
Yep. First arrest was at age 21 for DUI.
Shocking. Without headlights on.
Yep. That's why she got pulled over.
Turn the headlights on.
Second arrest, failure to appear. Third,
Drug possession.
criminal possession of forged instrument, first degree.
Huh?
For $10,000 bond. I don't know what that means.
Wow.
And then methamphetamine.
Her total bond was $20K.
And theft of
Davies
identity.
County? Yeah, that's where Owensboro,
Call back.
right? Is that Owensboro?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm trying to remember from earlier. Yeah, cool.
Fourth arrest, more failure to appear. Fifth, more failure to appear. And contempt of court.
Turns out she's the great-granddaughter of the ringleader of the Cornbread Mafia.
Yep.
All right, Brittany Hunter.
Okay, she looks like
one of the ladies from the late 80s, early 90s horse movies.
oh my god, I hate that you're correct. I was going to say she looks like a Barbie doll from the mid-90s that was just like the hair's all out of sorts.
Yeah.
And the straight bangs are like not how they're supposed to be laid. And then the lip ring question mark?
I think it's a busted lip.
I wasn't sure whether it was a busted lip or a lip ring.
I think it's a busted lip. I don't think it's a lip ring, but we'll see. Brittany Hunter. This is your age, guess, I think?
Yeah. 37.
It's a good one. I'm going to go 40.
I'm torn between prostitution and domestic violence.
Okay.
I'm
just going to say possession of marijuana.
I'll go DV. You ready?
Yes, indeed.
36.
I wanted
win.
to say 30s. We could have just guessed 36 the whole time and been perfect.
Yeah.
Is that just like the prime age to be arrested in Kentucky?
I guess so. Charges unknown.
Oh, it's
First
drugs.
arrest at age 21 is revoked license.
No seatbelt.
Failure to notify address change.
Okay, so she had some other charge prior then, probably.
Second one. Theft by unlawful taking or disposition, shoplifting. And then assault in the fourth degree.
So you mentioned assault, I think.
I did. Domestic violence, but
Yeah,
assault.
close enough, yeah.
In Ewing.
Ewing?
Ewing.
Okay, well that, I guess, does us for the audio portion. Thank you for listening for the entire time if you've made it this far. I really enjoyed being able to do my special part and my trivia and all the extra stuff that I've done.
Love it.
And I definitely appreciate everybody listening until the end. If you've enjoyed this, there's going to be more of this exact jail pod section on the YouTube. So feel free to hop over there, skip ahead to the timestamp. I hope I put timestamps on them. I didn't do it the first one that I've already got uploaded. So, but the first one also didn't have this in section. So maybe the fifth one will. It should, I hope.
Fingers crossed.
Feel free to hop on over there and give us another listen. Let us know what you think about this podcast on YouTube, I guess.
Yep.
But I've been Canon.
I've been Haley.
And I'll see you again in a second, I hope. Bye.
Bye.
So, that was a short intermission.
Yep.
It really wasn't. Okay. But now we're done with the top four, which means you're here from the YouTube. Hello. Thank you for coming back. If you came from another source, such as Spotify or wherever you get
wherever you get your podcasts.
I had to do the Kentucky accent, you know what I'm saying?
Wherever you in.
If you came from wherever you get your podcast, hopefully we have that set up by now, because right now the only place that it's posting is YouTube and Spotify. So hopefully by the time this is out, you found us on TikTok or somewhere else, please let us know. But we're going to go back up, scroll to the top of the page, please. I am Haley, and you are?
Canon. And
we are Goojpod. And right now on YouTube, the end of the podcast, you should already know what we're doing. We're looking at people who recently got arrested. We're going to do 3 pages.
2 apiece.
Two people apiece?
Yeah.
And especially since there's very few pictures here, it should be relatively easy. Mm-hmm. I've got 4 that I want to look at. So.
I've got 3.
All right. I wanted to see Gregory Miller.
Same.
I cannot pronounce that name. Amason?
Ammo Son.
Ammo Son. You got from Ammo Son. It's my son, and he's gonna like ammo. So Ammo Son. Kevin Kendrick.
Okay.
And then Lisa Moore.
All right. My last one was Jennings Justin.
Okay.
Are they backwards?
Justin, they are backwards.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I was looking at the 3 counties.
Why does
Elizabeth
Miller
Mazalco.
Gregory? We know we'll skip Gregory, I guess.
Okay.
And then we'll do Ammo Son, Mr. Dylan Justin, Kendrick, and Moore. It's Lisa Moore. They're not backwards. Her name's not Moore Lisa.
Not Lisa. I was talking about Justin Jennings. Backwards.
His name's Justin?
Justin Jennings.
I don't know.
Dylan Ammo Son.
He looks like he's backwards. All right, let's just start the ball rolling with Ammo Son.
Okay.
I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
I think he's 29.
I think he's 25.
I did think he was younger. I was gonna say 7. Can I change it to 7? Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 27.
Okay.
And he's been arrested on either a PI or a DUI, but I'm gonna go DUI.
I'm gonna go possession of a controlled substance.
He definitely looks more fucked up than drunk.
Yep.
But I'm hoping that he was behind the wheel. I shouldn't say stuff like that. That's not what I mean.
Public
PI.
intoxication.
I did say PI.
Influenced under controlled substance.
So we're both kind of right.
And he's 24, so I win.
Okay, yeah, you definitely got that one. Nah, his middle name's Nah. Not available?
No.
No, it's Nah.
Nah.
Nah. What's your middle name? Nah. Ammo Son. Nah.
Ammo Son.
Dylan. Sheesh. All right, Jennings.
Jennings Justin.
Okay. Your guess first.
I know, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go, he's a rough-looking 37.
Ooh, okay, because I was going to say 34.
All right.
But then I saw how, patchy his head was. So
Yeah.
you can be that patchy at 34.
Yeah, you can.
You said 37. I'm going to abuse you and say 40.
Okay.
And I'm going to say possession of methamphetamine.
Fuck, that's a good one.
And now I have to ask you another question.
Yeah.
Was he arrested at the same time as Elizabeth Nolazico?
It looks like it based on the background.
We gotta check. We're not gonna do the game with her.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and open hers. But Shit, you clicked on it already.
Sorry. First at 7 p.m.
All right. What I was going to get you to do was, before you clicked on her, go ahead and say what you thought he was arrested for.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's the same for me. I think it's heroin.
Heroin? I said meth.
Yeah. It's drugs of some sort.
Okay.
Charges unknown.
33. I was going to say 34 at first.
Also at the same time.
Yeah, so they were arrested together. Her charges had...
Prescription of a controlled substance.
So, it said prescription?
Prescription controlled substance.
So probably like Suboxone.
Not proper container, first off.
So, Suboxone.
Yeah.
Something like Suboxone then. Okay, so, Lisa?
Lisa.
Muhlenberg.
Muhlenberg.
I hear children sing about Muhlenberg County all the time.
I'm thinking of John Denver.
Oh, you know what? It might be a John Denver song that Childers covered. I'm not sure.
Take me back to Muhlenberg County.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe I was singing a John Denver song in my head. I'm not sure. Either way, both great musicians. Mm-hmm. But Lisa Moore is... I'm not going to say she's not a great musician. She could be. Mm-hmm. She looks like she would play piano at church.
She looked like she'd sit on the front porch of her single wide and yell at people.
Down the gravel driveway with a creek running by it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say... It's my choice, or my guess this time, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say she's 60. And possession of marijuana comes to mind. But I think, like, not that she was, like, pulled over with marijuana. Mm-hmm. She's, like, growing it.
Okay.
Whatever that charge could be.
Yeah, I don't know what that charge would be.
Growing a pot plant.
I meant in legalese, but...
Oh, yeah, it's called growing a pot plant. First degree. I don't know.
I'm going to say she's a rough-looking 56.
Okay.
And... shoplifting.
Okay.
49.
Oh. Wow. That's bad.
Alcohol intoxication in a public place, first and second offense.
And she was arrested 8 years prior. But also she's what did I said 60?
Yeah.
Wow, that was rough. I feel like neither of us deserve a point for that one, but
no.
I guess you get it for the age. Bench warrant. She aged 20 years in 8.
Okay, I
would have guessed that woman in that photograph was in her mid-30s.
I don't think they're the same person.
They have the same face. Scroll back up. They're the same person.
Only reason I say that is because Boone County puts her at 6 foot.
It's a mistake. It was supposed to have been 5 foot, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, a 4G
It also,
mil.
did that one go back down? Did that have her birth date?
This one does.
6/12/73.
This one does not, which is why I came back up to check.
It still puts her to the same age. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's impossible to tell.
He does this on purpose.
I swear he does. It's totally not because it gets hot in this room because the computers are in here pumping out and he's stuck in here with us. Go ahead and click on the second page. We'll just live with it. How are we only supposed to pick 2?
I don't know.
In hopes that it's not the same 2? All right, let's do top row.
Okay.
We both pick 1.
All right.
I want to for sure see William.
Same.
Okay, so my other one, I had 2 others that I wanted to see for sure.
From the top row?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you?
Yes.
Amy.
Same.
I also wanted to see Heather.
Same.
What about the bottom row? Because there's only 1 in the bottom row I want to see. Actually, there's probably 2, but...
There's 1 in the bottom row I want to see.
All right, spill the beans.
Zachary.
Okay, that was one of my 2, so we'll do those 3.
Cool.
4.
4.
Yeah.
Heather, Amy, William, Zach.
Zach, yep.
Cool.
Let's start with Heather. Is it my guess or yours?
I think it's mine. Do I have an answer? Absolutely not.
I've got a guess for her age.
31?
Okay, I'm gonna go 28.
Okay.
I almost said 30 because you did. Yeah, I think she's 28. And her charge?
Public intoxication.
DUI.
Controlled substance.
DUI.
All right.
Oh my God.
She's 40.
Oh wow. Okay, she definitely looks more 40 in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
She doesn't look sober.
By or possession of drug paraphernalia, failure to appear, citation for misdemeanor, giving.
Oh, she's still
officer-
male? Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of mail. We're not looking at... just look at the one with the different picture.
DUI first.
DUI.
Alcohol intoxication.
Okay, so...
I'll pick a random one. Alcohol intoxication. Domestic violence.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
A mess.
Who won?
Me? You?
I said... No, she's...
She's 40.
I said 28, you said 30 something, so you
I said
won.
31, yeah.
Yeah. Amy?
Amy.
I'm going to say Amy Thomas is approximately 47 years old. That's wrong. I'm going to go 53. 53 years old.
45.
And I'm going to say she was arrested for possession of a controlled substance.
I'm saying meth.
That's what I mean.
I know, but I'm just saying specifically meth. Failure to appear.
Rockcastle County football. 5'10". Okay. Wow. That one is not her, right?
Which one?
Oh, no, that's her. Up to the left.
That one?
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't.
It kind of looks like it isn't.
I don't know.
Sometimes this website is a little wonky. All right, first arrest. Charges
Unknown. Expired
Reckless
tags
driving.
and reckless driving.
Bench warrant. Failure to appear.
How old did we say she was?
I said 45, I think.
I think so. I said,
40.
wow, okay. Yeah, that's bad. I think I said older, didn't I? 53, I think is what I said.
Contempt of court. Contempt of court.
Libel.
Manufacturing methamphetamine.
What
first
a
off.
shock. She's taller than you.
I know.
It's the meth. The meth really brings it out. More meth manufacturing. She got shorter in that one.
Arrested by the Kentucky State Police. Parole violation for felony offense.
How many times can you be arrested for manufacturing methamphetamine? And
Oh,
just
possession of controlled
heroin.
substance. First off, heroin.
She was taller on heroin. That's it, boys and girls. You can grow taller by doing heroin.
Yeah, definitely a different person.
Yeah. Amy Lynn Thomas. Just with the same first, middle, and last. Boy's devouring his bowl behind us there. More meth. All right, so we have William Weiser next. I'm going to say, is it my guess? Age first? I think it is.
I think it's mine.
I think you just did it. I won it.
Okay.
He's 23 years old. And was arrested for something that I'll say once you guess his age.
Good lord, that's loud.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm gonna say he's 21.
Okay.
Public intoxication.
I'm going to say criminal mischief.
He does look like a criminal mischief.
DUI,
He was
technically.
18.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, this is only arrest, I assume.
Yep.
Zachary.
Deshak?
Sure. It's your guess.
He's 37.
You have made me re-guess mine. I'm going to go 35. I was originally going to say in the late 20s, 29 is what I was going to say. Bruh, can you eat louder?
And he did eat louder.
He said, oh, yeah, I can, for sure.
I'm starving.
So, DUI.
Public intox.
Yep. Well,
You were correct.
refused.
Yeah.
Which means that he refused to do any type of breathalyzer or whatever and still failed a sobriety test, right?
Yep.
And 31.
So I was correct?
You were correct, but no, I was correct. I said 35. You said 37. Because I was going to change mine from 29.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I won both,
Yeah.
I think. There we go. That's cool. Go ahead and third pages. Oh, wow.
All right, top row.
I got 3.
I got 2.
Okay.
Jacob Hall.
Jacob. Which Jacob?
Jacob. Jacob.
I wanted to... Yeah, we'll do Jacob for sure. Okay.
And Kevin Costilla.
Okay. I didn't want to see Kevin. I didn't care about him. My last one was Rhonda Millsap.
Fair enough.
So bottom row, I got 2.
Same.
Which 2?
Laura Clarahue?
That's what it kind of looks like, sure. I wanted Stanley Mickey
Okay.
and Antonio Hayes.
Antonio Hayes was my second one.
So we got 6.
We have Jacob,
Mm-hmm. Kevin,
Kevin,
Rhonda,
Rhonda,
Laura, Stanley, and Antonio.
Cool.
And that's the last 6 for this episode.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and give Jacob a little slap to the face. A little... Where are we at with him? Do you want me to start this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to say he's 24 years old.
He looks like he just got out of the shower.
He looks like he just finished a football game.
Well, that too. He's got a really thick neck.
That's what I'm leaning towards with the football game thing. He looks like he would run through a human being.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 21.
Okay.
Domestic violence.
What's the conspiracy to commit charge that we see here a lot?
Oh,
Maybe conspiracy to commit a murder. I'm
Yeah.
stretching a little bit, but boys that sweaty do bad things.
I can see that.
Only 5 views is hard to believe that. I'm not gonna do that with 5 views. There's no way. I'm gonna say reckless driving. Just reckless driving.
24.
Ooh, I was spot on the age.
From Crab Orchard.
I'm gonna be honest. I expected him to be taller.
I did too.
5'11", which looks like it's painted on the wall at 5'10".
Yeah.
So
Operating on suspended or revoked operating license.
it was kind of along the lines of what I said with reckless. But
Yeah.
Not quite good enough. I got 1 point, not 2.
Definitely not DV.
Yeah. So Kevin Costilla.
I'm sticking with my guns. I think he's like 21, 22. I'm
I'm
going
gonna
22.
go ahead and just repeat myself. I was gonna say 24, but I'm gonna drop it a little bit and say 23.
All right.
Even though I think he might be older. I think he. You know what? No, fuck that. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say 30. 29 or 30. Which one? 20. We'll do 29. We'll go with the 20 still. 29 years old. You know these people who aren't white barely age.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go low. Or high, I should say, as opposed to what I think. He looks young, but I'm gonna go 29.
All right.
And I think... Oh, it's yours. It's your guess, actually, first.
Possession of marijuana. My guess.
I'm gonna say...
Because I know it's not legal in Kentucky.
I'm gonna say... drug trafficking. Well, there you go. You got it.
Pew, 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 pew. No age.
No age at all. What's his other arrest? Does his other arrest have an age? Oh, he's young.
He's 23. I said 22.
Yeah, you got both for sure. Trafficking though.
Marijuana.
Hey.
Yeah.
Is that a half point?
You got a half point.
Half point.
I got 2.
We're not even keeping track of points, so it's pointless.
Whatever.
No, that was a pun.
Oh my god. Big hate.
All right, Rhonda Millsap. She's a hard one because she's in her late 40s and wants us to think she's in her 20s.
I'm guessing early 50s.
I was going to do the same, but I think she smoked her whole life, so I'm going to say 46.
Ooh, fair point. I'm going 51.
Okay. I think she was arrested for child neglect.
Shoplifting.
Okay.
Fugitive from another state.
47.
She's 47.
What did I say? 46?
Yeah. She's
Horrible.
from Tennessee.
I'm going to stand my ground. Domestic violence. Hey, you know what? I was under the right vein at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laura Clarahue.
Mm-hmm. Is it my guess or yours?
I think it's mine.
I think it is yours, yes.
I don't know. This mugshot makes me sad.
Same.
I'm gonna guess 56.
Ooh, that's a good guess. I was going to say 58.
I don't know what it's called. Non-payment?
Like, of court costs?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm going to say... She looks like she was contempt of court.
Okay.
To me. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Contempt of court.
Alcohol intoxication.
60.
She's from...
So I won that?
Fort Gay, West Virginia.
Shit, sign me up.
Love
Where
me
is
some
this fort?
Gay. I don't know. We gotta go.
We got to make a trip to Fort Gay now. It actually, that would be a fun trip, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We already got the Drayton Farley crossover. Mm-hmm. We could get the Fort Gay crossover.
Hell yeah.
You think there's a gay fort there still?
Yeah. How many gay bars do you think are in Fort Gay?
Probably a ton, but none of them accept homosexuals because it's West Virginia.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, no. She's a drinker, huh? Yep.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. She was at one of them gay bars. Oh, man. Let your grandma drink.
Yeah. This is just sad.
It is just sad. Age, though, I think I won that one.
I think so.
And neither one of us won charge.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to see Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 39.
$47.
I think you're closer, but I guess 39 because you see a lot of these drug addicts with very strong hairlines that have no teeth that makes them look older.
Yeah, with a, like, Popeye's mouth. Popeye mouth.
Don't say Popeye's
Not Popeyes.
mouth.
I love Popeyes.
Popeyes is the shit. I want to try that spicy fish.
Ooh, same.
Go ahead. Click on him. Let's see.
What charge?
Oh, we did methamphetamine possession.
Yeah, that's where I was going to. Charges unknown. 44.
So I was 5 years off and you were 5 years off.
Give or take, yeah.
Didn't you say 49?
I said 47.
Oh, I thought you said 49. Well, I guess you got it then. I guess there's no way of knowing who won on charges. So we have Antonio Hayes left. This is the very last one. If you've enjoyed what you've watched, we've been Goojpod.
Yeah.
You can't just say, yeah, be more entertaining. We do stuff like this every week. And
it's a lot of fun. Hang out with us.
Well, you're not really hanging out with us. Yeah. No, you just come listen.
Yeah.
But last up we have Antonio Hayes, who is your guess on age.
$49.
55 years old.
Okay.
And I think he was arrested on domestic violence charges.
Wanton endangerment.
Sure, I can see it. Age.
No.
How is he only 5'2"?
I don't know. I figured he'd be like 6'2". Not 5'2".
Maybe they got it off by a foot. Scroll down. Wow, he looks way younger. Is that the same guy? Yeah?
Yeah, nose is the same.
I mean, that's over a decade, well, about a decade difference in arrests. So what was his first? Maybe we'll get his age. No.
Age.
Wow.
Criminal littering.
Just, I mean, he got caught throwing something out in, like, a construction zone.
I have to search it.
No, don't do it right now.
Okay.
We'll do it after. Criminal littering.
Criminal possession of a forged instrument.
Whatever the hell that means.
It means that,
Oh, this is why we don't have his information, is because he's from Cincy.
yeah.
So you have Cincinnati. Yeah.
That's not the same person, is it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
It kind of looks like him, but I don't think so.
I
It
don't
looks like
think
he
it's
could be
him.
related.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Okay. Well, anyways, so that inconclusive end to the Goojpod
Yep.
on YouTube. Thank you once again for jumping ship over to YouTube after watching on whatever service it is that you use to listen to us.
Or if you're just on YouTube from get-go, thank you.
I guess. YouTube kind of sucks to monetize with.
Yeah.
Like, I had to cut down the first episode 10 different times to get it to post without just having everything go to the creator of a song that has 6 milliseconds of a song.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. I understand. I'm not trying to steal their music. I'm trying to get people to listen to their music.
Yeah.
But if you've enjoyed watching us look at some arrested people here in this wonderful state of Kentucky, as opposed to Georgia, which is what we were wanting to do, please tune in next week. We'll have more true crime cases for you to listen to, followed by arrests from people in the same state. Unless, of course, that state does not have interesting content, then it'll be a different state. Just like this time. I have been Canon.
And I've been Haley.
And thank you once again for listening/watching.
Heck yeah.
Bye.
Bye.